Hey guys, how are you? This is Larry Mabry, and I wanted to tell you a story today. I'm pretty sure you've heard of Federal Express. Well, Federal Express was basically started by a guy by the name of Frederick Smith, and he had an idea to basically move packages from one location to another. He wanted to do it in a very efficient way. Well, anyway, there's one situation where when he first started the idea, his friends didn't really believe him, and he had a vision, but they didn't really see it. But anyway, he stayed true to himself, and we know Federal Express. But anyway, there was a situation where when he first started Federal Express, it was working all efficient and everything, and one of the contractors who helped establish the efficiency of it gave him a number, and he said, hey, if anything should happen, make sure you contact this guy. He's like, okay, cool, no problem. So everything's hopping and humming, he's making money, everything's efficient, it's a pinnacle of efficiency, everything is just rocking. So finally a situation happens where the system goes down, and that's revenue loss, time, people running around trying to figure out what's up, and he was just kind of frantic and freaking out like, oh shoot, how am I going to do this? Oh, and he remembered, oh man, let me get that card. So he runs up to his office, gets the card, he calls the guy. The guy answers the phone. Hey, hello. He's like, yeah, one of my men told me to give you a call if I have a situation. And, my name's Fred Smith, and, I'm having a situation with my system, and I need you to come help me out. He's like, okay, no problem. So he comes down, meets with the guy the next day. The guy walks in his facility. He's like, man, in awe, like, wow, this is awesome. And you see all these like conveyor belts and everything's efficient. And, he walks into this one area. He's like, man, could you please tell me where is the electrical room? He's like, oh, okay, no problem. Fred takes him back there. He goes back there. It's like these huge wires, stuff all over the place, but it's just very efficient. And the dude's in awe. Fred's thinking to himself, man, this dude, I don't know if he'll be able to fix it. I'm on a time schedule. I got to get stuff going. So finally the guy says, aha. He walks over to this one receptacle area, goes into his toolbox, opens it up, takes out a screwdriver, fits in the receptacle area, opens it up, screws it. All of a sudden, bam, everything's running. Fred jumps up for joy. He's so excited. He's like, hey, man, cool, man. That's awesome, dude. You hooked me up. Thank you, man. He's so grateful. He's like, how much I owe you? The guy scratches his head for a little bit. He says, oh, that'll be $5,000. He's like, what? $5,000, man? It took you like a moment to take care of this. He's like, man, I'm gonna need an itemized bill or something, man. That just seems like that's just too much. I mean, you got me going, but man, that's kind of steep. So the guy's like, okay, no problem. Do you have a sheet of paper or something? Fred gets a sheet of paper, gives it to him. The guy sits down, he writes some stuff down. Then he rips it up, gives it to the guy. He's like, okay, check it out. So the guy reads, so Fred reads it. He's like, oh, okay. So then he tells the accounts payable person, he's like, you know what, go run him a check. Now, I know some of you guys are thinking, what was on that sheet of paper? I was thinking that too. Well, I'm going to tell you. What was on the itemized bill was this. The guy wrote down two things. The first line item says $1 for the screwdriver. Excuse me, for the screw. The next itemized item said $4,999 to know what screw to turn. Now, I'm sharing that with you to say this. A lot of you guys have been in network marketing or you've been in businesses, but you don't know what screw to turn. See, you need to click on the link below so we can help you. You can't be in a situation where you're going to be successful if you don't know what screw to turn. I understand, I was there. I get it. But if you hooked up with the right people that know what they're doing, you're going to be successful. You feel it in here. Click on the link below and let's get you going. Okay? Peace and love. This is Larry Mabry out.